me, don't stop me, don't stop me.
Morning, McCall. This is Damon Johnson, your host, and I have the pleasure of introducing you to CJ Buck. CJ, thank you for having me.
Damon, it's a pleasure.
We're in the Buck Knives booth at SHOT Show. It's January 24th. It's day 3 for me. Day how many for you?
I've been here since Sunday morning early.
Okay, so you're looking at least 5 days.
Yeah,
now.
go home tomorrow night.
And a little bit older than 5 days. This company goes back to 1902.
Yeah,
Can you tell me a little bit about the history?
My great-grandfather, Hoyt Heath Buck, started making knives as an apprentice blacksmith in Leavenworth, Kansas. So knives, he didn't have a big love of knives. That was just something he could use scraps around the blacksmith shop to make a little money on the side. So fast forward to 1945, my grandfather, who had been in the Navy in San Diego, has his parents move in with him in San Diego, and it becomes H.H. Buck & Son Lifetime Knives. And so Hoyt and Al, my grandfather, are making knives together as a father-son custom knife business. Hoyt passes away. My grandfather, my father Chuck, my uncle Frank, and then my great-uncle, my grandmother's younger brother, Chuck Shapter, the 4 of them have a little Americana family business in a lean-to next to the garage in San Diego. They're making knives, sharpening saws, and sharpening and tuning lawnmowers.
Okay.
And so this little family business, my grandfather was a bus driver at the time. So in 1961, we incorporate the business, April 7th, 1961, with 12 people. We're making, I don't know, about 20, 25 knives a day.
Okay.
And here we are from 1961, so, you know, fast forward almost 60 years later, and we're making 1.5 million knives a year.
Oh my goodness.
And
now,
right there in Post Falls, Idaho.
In Post Falls. So that's the question: is
yeah,
when and how did you get to Idaho?
So the transition. So 60 years in California. So San Diego, wonderful, beautiful place to grow up,
And to visit.
beautiful place to visit, beautiful place to have a business. I mean, imagine Ronald Reagan as your governor, San Diego, a lot of military, the Marine Corps, the Navy. People come to San Diego to be in the service. They get out, they don't want to leave, but they bring with them that Midwestern work ethic, solid as a rock. So San Diego slowly evolves into Southern California.
Okay.
And it was time to go.
Okay.
And so North Idaho, Post Falls, is this perfect location for us.
Well, it's pristine, and I look forward to coming up and seeing the factory is all there.
Yep, factory's there. We employ about 300 people.
That's
right there
amazing.
in Post Falls.
Thank you.
So all those knives, we don't make knives anywhere else in the U.S. Everything we make in the U.S. is right there in Post Falls.
Okay, that's a great story.
Yep.
And tell me, what's your favorite knife? Are you maybe carrying?
Oh, I have a couple. So
Okay.
as CEO, I always end up having to carry what's new and kind of show off what's new.
Sure.
And it just so happens that you ask that I am very proud of something that's new. This is the Sprint.
Okay.
It's what we would call a ball bearing flipper. Well, thank you.
We're at the end of the show.
We are at the end of the show. So this knife blade has ball bearings on either side of the knife blade, so it's super smooth.
Okay.
And you use the flipper
Wow.
to open the blade. It's a liner lock. So imagine you pull the knife out of your pocket, you open the blade, you cut what you mean to cut, you close the blade, you put it away, and with one hand you've been able to access your knife and accomplish your mission, whatever it is you're trying to do. Sure. Open a letter, open a cardboard box, whatever it is you're trying to do. And so this knife is Cerakote blade. It's blue carbon fiber, not carbon fiber, it's G10 scales.
Okay.
So it's enormously tough, enormously durable. It's a S30V blade with Cerakote coating.
And
It's
new this
just
year.
bulletproof, and it's new this year. So yes, so I get to carry what's new,
Good
and
for you.
I'm feeling pretty good about it.
Let's walk that up to the camera real quick just to do a show on it.
All right, you ready for this? So it is
Nice.
using the flipper. So you open it up with the flipper. You then using your thumb to push the liner out of the way, close the blade, and then back in the pocket it goes. So
CJ,
it's
that
just
looks
a
like,
nice product.
That is a nice looking product. Listen, I think it's a fantastic story. I'm glad that I'm only focusing on Idaho companies at the show, and I'm glad you took the time to meet with our audience.
Oh, my
here
pleasure.
at
You
Morning
missed
McCall.
Governor Little was here earlier today. So I will tell you that in all our time in San Diego, California, I did not have one single California governor come visit. And in Idaho, and the reason we're there is because people care about business. And we've had every governor, every lieutenant governor, every senator, and every congressman from the state of Idaho has been through our facility.
That's fantastic that they're supporting the industry and they're supporting companies from
Yes.
Idaho coming all the
Very
way
much
down
so.
here to Las Vegas for SHOT Show. Listen, it's
So,
been a pleasure meeting
thank
you,
you.
and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.